Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a fun review. I am reviewing my first piece of holiday makeup, and it is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Palette. This really is my first holiday makeup purchase. I have to say that I don't really get excited about holiday makeup. I do want to film like a holiday makeup, like will I buy it kind of video. But as my collection has grown, I just don't get excited about holiday stuff as much anymore. And since I do videos and I like to review stuff, I don't like to keep a ton of limited edition stuff, and all that holiday stuff I always end up decluttering. So then I'm just like, Leah, you are wasting your money. Like, you need to save for stuff that you actually want, not just because you want to review it on your channel and then get rid of it after like 3 months when no one can get it anymore. So I'm trying to just only stick to things I'm really interested in myself. So this one, oh my gosh, I just died over. When I saw the photos, I knew it had to be mine. I wanted it instantly. Like, I have not gotten this excited over a palette in a long time. So this is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Palette. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? So first of all, the packaging, adorable. Too Faced always kills it with the packaging. I don't know how they do it. They are just amazing down to every little detail. It has the little frosting around the edges, the little frosting scribbles, so cute, and a little gingerbread man, and it is just everything. And then the back has a little description too, which is nice. It says, add a little spice to your life with this deliciously sweet gingerbread palette of 18 multi-finished warm and toasty shadows that glide on with buttery smoothness for playful pops of color that smell like fresh baked gingerbread. So yes, it is a palette that does smell just like all their other ones in this tin. Should we go ahead and look inside? Also, I forgot to mention, this one does retail for $49, so a typical chocolate bar palette price. Obviously, I'm guessing that it's limited edition. It doesn't say necessarily on the website, but I feel like since it's a holiday palette, they wouldn't like keep it all year round, but I don't know. I would totally use this palette any time of the year, but especially right now, it just has these beautiful warm tones. So anyways, here is the inside. These are all of the colors you get. I would definitely call this like a more neutral palette for me with some fun pops of color, but all these colors definitely speak to me. I really like the selection in this palette, and I do think that it goes really well together, the color tones and everything. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the swatches of all 18 shades. So as you can see, this palette does have some beautiful colors, and I know you guys like some of the comparisons of different palettes that Too Faced has done. So when I first saw this, I thought it reminded me of the chocolate gold. So I have that, whoops, behind me. So they're actually pretty different. So the bottom is the gingerbread, the top is the chocolate gold, and yes, it does have some similar tones, but there's not really any dupes in this palette, no exact dupes. And the chocolate gold obviously is mostly shimmers, while the gingerbread spice has a few more mattes. And yes, it does have like 2 bright pinks. I see 2 greens in there, I see golds, but they're all different tones, and some are shimmers and some are mattes. So I do think they are pretty different. I think that you could still have both in your collection, because I love this palette. It had an amazing formula. The shimmers were just different in this one, and I have to say that the gingerbread spice has a really similar formula. So if you liked this one, I would definitely pick this one up as well, and I feel like they would go good together too to create looks with, since your chocolate gold bar only has a couple mattes. So yeah, I did want to mention that the shimmers are very similar. They go on a lot more foiled than their old chocolate bars. Let me show you guys. So like, here's the peach palette shimmers, and then here is the gingerbread spice. Like, these just stand out a lot more. I guess I can give you guys an example, but like when I swatch them, you can definitely see that this color has a lot more foiled look to it, and these are just more of like a slight shimmer. So this definitely has a different kind of formula than the other ones. So just in case you were wondering, but I don't really think it's too similar to any of the palettes. I've played with pretty much every shade in this palette, and I have honestly been really impressed with it. I do have to say the shadows are extremely pigmented. Even those bright colors like Gumdrop, oh my gosh, that is such a pretty pink. I use that, which I'll show you guys in my look in a second, but these colors, especially the mattes, go on very vibrant, so you really only have to touch your shadow brush very lightly into those colors. Otherwise, if you're going too hard into them, you're going to get way too much fallout because you do not need that much color. So just be careful. They do have a little bit of fallout. Just go in very lightly, and you can build up the color as you go. So yeah, I was really impressed with those mattes. As far as the shimmers go, those ones are nice as well. These give off that really foiled effect. I do have to say that if you are using just a dry brush, they're not really going to show up. You do have to kind of wet your brush or use your finger. That works really well too. I love to use those foiled eyeshadows like on my lid. And then it does have this weird like chunky glitter shade in it called Frostbite Me. And it's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I have been testing it out in a couple different looks, and I did use it today. I kind of like to use it as like a shadow topper, just to, if I want to make my eyeshadow a little bit more shimmery and stand out, then it does good, but I just don't like how chunky it is. I would have liked it to be more like the other shimmers in the palette, because you can just tell that that one is chunky from looking at it, but it does give a nice, almost like icicle, I don't know, effect. That's kind of a random way to describe it, but I put it on my lid today just to add a little bit more shimmer, and it is a fun like glitter color, but I just don't love the chunky glitters. But other than that, I really haven't had too many issues with the palette. I'm really happy with it, and I feel like the eyeshadows perform really well. I feel like it's on par with my chocolate gold bar, which I think is a great formula, and I love it just as much as my other chocolate bars and peach palettes. I would definitely suggest picking this one up if you guys are interested. It is a beautiful palette. I'm hoping maybe it will stay around, just because I hate when stuff goes away and you guys aren't able to get it, but this is so fun. I'm going to be using this so much this season, and I hope I will continue to use it throughout the year. It just has some great warm neutrals that I gravitate towards. I can do easy looks for work. So enough about that. I'm going to show you guys a look I did on my eyes today using this beautiful palette. So if you guys want to see the shadows in action, stay tuned. So going into the Gingerbread Spice palette, the first shade I'm going to take is that Powdered Sugar shade. It's like that cream color. And this one is just going to go all along the lid. I do this for pretty much all of my looks. I always like to set a base down, and this shade is perfect for that. Next we're going to do our crease shade, and I feel like I'm going to get so much use out of this one, and this one is the Gingerbread Latte color. This one is just like the perfect transition for the crease. I will say these shadows, you only need to tap in a little bit and then tap your brush off, because they are pretty pigmented. So you want to be careful so that you don't get too much fallout going on, as long as you just have a little bit. So I think I want to go in with this Gumdrop shade. I know this is like a hot pink, but I do want to put this on. It's pretty pigmented, so I'm just going to use a little bit and also put that into my crease a little. I zoomed in a little bit more so you guys could see a little bit better. Alright, next I'm going to take Reindeer Paws, which is this dark like eggplant almost color. So I'm going to dip into that. And that one's going to go on the outer corner. And this one's a really nice shade as well. It's like, you can tell with this palette you're getting a really nice pigmentation. Like, nothing skips, everything blends out really nice, and I love when I can get that really nice pop. So far, all the colors have been pretty good. Also going to blend a little bit of this Figgy Pudding. I'm going to put that one right where we had that Gumdrop color, that pink, and just kind of blend these purples together. I'm taking my just all over brush and making sure that everything is pretty seamless. I'm also going to take Figgy Pudding again with a little smudge brush, and I'm going to smudge that onto my lower lash line. Kind of exaggerate it a little bit because I know I'm going to clean it up with concealer, so it might look a little bit crazy at first, but once you clean it up, it looks amazing. Next, I'm going to take a little flat brush like this, and I'm going to wet the brush, and we're going to go in with, let's use Ooh Burn. So that one is this purple. Sorry, I got some spray on the mirror, that's why it looks so crazy. And then we are going to place that on the lid. Ooh, this is bright. I have not used the shade yet. This is pretty. Then I'm taking my finger and going into this Frostbite shade, and I'm just going to drag a little bit of that onto my lid. But it kind of works as like a topper in a way. It's really glittery, so it's not like my favorite eyeshadow, but it does look pretty just to add some sparkle to your look. So I'm just blending that. Next, I'll put the rest of my makeup on and then get back to the review. Alright, so here I am back with the rest of my makeup. As you can see, the whole look just kind of came together and looks amazing. I always feel like sometimes when you just do the eyes, it can look a little weird. But then when you have everything else, everything just looks amazing and works really well together. Especially with this berry lip, I'm loving this look. So as you can probably tell, I am really loving this palette. I would definitely recommend it, and I suggest picking it up. And that says a lot since I'm really not into holiday makeup, but this one, I love it. So definitely let me know what you guys think about it. I didn't want this video to be too long, so I didn't do too much of the swatch comparing, but if you guys are wanting to see any Too Faced shades with this one next to each other, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will try to put that on my Instagram story for you guys, maybe within the week or so, depending on how many comments I get about it. If there's just anything you're curious about how they would look compared to another color. But other than that, that is all I have for you guys today in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, let me know any other holiday releases that you guys are like super excited for, and if you guys think I should do like a holiday wish list or purchase or pass video, let me know. And that is it for today's video. I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye guys.